I'm filming this prior to Game 4 for the Yankees. I have no idea if they make this epic comeback against the Astros, but one of my friends performed like a true closer to help me secure the Nike SB Dunk Low Los Angeles Dodgers. This is similar to so many other Nike SB Dunk Lows we've seen, so there won't be the typical unboxing, but we'll go over some of the details of it because, again, it's like a normal Nike SB, but Nike switched it up on the swoosh itself, which I appreciate. So we do have a little bit more refined stitch detailing there on the swoosh, but then the outer sole, as you guys know, if you're into baseball, chewing gum is just like, it's part of the pastime itself. Big League Chew, and I've actually done a video, I believe, or at least shown you guys the hat that Lit's Hat Drop sent over for Big League Chew. So shout out to them, and they have this element, this detail is actually on the outer sole of the shoe, as if you stepped in gum, I guess, while on your way to the ballpark, that iconic stadium. And no, I've not visited that yet. It's on my bucket list to do, but you're reminded of how iconic this stadium is by looking on the inner tongues of the SB itself. So you guys will see the welcome sign, but then also the palm trees. And I will say, I'll just go ahead and pat myself on the back for those very aligned shots, because if you guys recall, I have a palm tree right there. So I just thought it was very fitting. I just really want to point that out to you. But I love everything about this pair, the suede, the leather. I like the lace options as well, but in my mind, I always knew I would lace swap with the white laces. They come standard lace with the blue in there. I respect it. Dodger blue, I respect it. They also have red, so if you're really looking for that bright contrast, by all means, go ahead and do that. That just screams too much of a USA shoe every single time I would have it on, and that was not the intention of me buying this. But again, I think Nike delivered, and it was one of 3 MLB teams to receive a Nike SB Dunk Low. You had the Phillies and you also had the Giants, but for the Dodgers, it was a no-brainer. It was a home run for me. So again, shout out to my friend who came through like a true closer. I mean, he came through like Mariano Rivera for me to hit up his local skate shop as soon as they got their pairs in, so that I could have this added to the collection. Because if you've taken a look around the channel in 2022, it's been a heavy SB year.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl TJ, back another video on Talks with TJ. And when I tell you October has been amazing, it's been insane, it's been expensive, but it has. Thank goodness I budgeted for this. I am grateful to have this pair in the collection. So I'll round it out the month with some amazing pickups. And this was the longest, probably delayed W in terms of a pair that dropped in 2022, but I didn't actually get in hand until now. I took that hot L on Sneakers app. And if you guys have not caught the short that's up in relation to sometimes you miss on sneakers, and it's not the worst thing if it's a shock drop, because hey, that is wasted time saved, money saved, and frustration. Like all of those, you're also saving yourself from an L, and we catch too many of those on Sneakers app. So you guys can just go ahead, check that out, or I'll be sure to link it somewhere here. Just having fun, okay, on social. But for this pair, it's interesting where you can be a fan, not a fan of the team at all, fan of a totally different team, but there's an appreciation for sports, the history there, the, again, rich culture I think that's present, and the way it intertwines for both sports and sneakers, and a pair just speaks to you. And I'm glad to have this. Now, if you guys peep the hat right here, it is a Fear of God fitted, but it has that 2020 World Series patch on there. So this was the special Dodgers release by Fear of God and New Era. I scooped this immediately. Again, not a Dodgers fan, but I still wanted this in the collection. The very same way I'm a Warriors fan, but if you guys also know, Devin Booker is one of my favorite players in the league. I fell in love with his game when he was actually at Kentucky, and he wasn't a starter then. If you remember, that team was so stacked. It just like wasn't funny. He came off the bench. To me, he was like one of the greatest 6 men to come off the bench for college, and he's a superstar today with the Suns. They got their comeback against Luka and the Mavs on opening night for them as well. So for this shirt, and I guess just for the styling, I decided to do something just a little bit different. It's more so just a play on the team or player tees that I have. So one being Devin Booker, and then the other Klay Thompson. Now, this is to link him to his brother, Trace Thompson, who plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So if you didn't know that little fun fact, yes, he was actually at the game during the playoffs, I believe, to watch and support his brother. And that is just one stacked athletic family, from his dad to him, his brother. His mom was an athlete as well, I'm pretty sure. So he was present to support his brother. But I just wanted to do a play on the different shirts. So that's what you guys are seeing here. It's not anything extensive in terms of, hey, fit after fit after fit. Let me put it this way. I know I clown on the plastic panda dunk a lot. Okay, I know I clown on it. It doesn't have to do with the color blocking. It just has to do with the context around, like, the plastic panda itself and it being everywhere this year. The color blocking for this is very much so the same. Now, don't get me wrong, it looks far better, okay? Far better than an actual plastic panda looks. It just, there's no comparison for me from the execution on the materials, the details. I love the red hits to pay respect to the Dodgers and the jersey numbers. Listen, everything was well thought out for this pair, but I just wanted to kind of have a play on the different player tees that I have and just focus in on these two, because I don't have the Jordan 1 that Booker is seen rocking on the Slam magazine cover tee, but I feel like this SB Dunk Low Dodgers, I feel like it gets me close enough without having to break the bank, because thankfully I paid retail for these, did not have to pay resale. So just wanted to do a play on that. And also, if you ever pay attention to the outfits of both Klay and Booker, I'll say this, they're pretty understated. They have very just low-key, relaxed styles. They're comfortable in those styles. There's never a whole lot of branding ever, unlike anything that they wear. But Klay usually sticks to the more slimmer style, and then you'll have Booker, who absolutely just has the more wide leg pants. If you've ever paid attention to that, it's usually a wider cut to fall over the top of his shoes. And he's a big fan of Jordan 1s and Chuck Taylors. Like, he owns so many different Chucks, I believe, just based on the variety that we see throughout the season. So it's just a play on that. You guys are free to go ahead and comment which tee or which player you like better. Let's just go ahead and switch it up there. Which player do you like better in the league? Is it Klay Thompson? Is it Devin Booker? My feelings will not be hurt in any way, I promise. You guys know Klay is bae, and he is number 1 up there, followed by Steph, and then it's Poole, and then it's Booker, and that 5th favorite spot, it was GP2, but there is some connection lost there because he's gone now, and that is really sad. So I don't know, Trae Young might just, you know, he might make his way into the Fave 5 lineup. But go ahead and comment below your thoughts on the Nike SB Dunk Low Dodgers. Again, just some basic fits for the tees to enjoy some of my favorite players. And we've had this like crazy heat wave come through. I'm not a fan of it in any way, shape, or form. That's why you guys are seeing shorts, like 2 different short options here. I'm not a fan, though, of the heat wave that we have right now. I like fall, just actual fall weather. So again, I'm also filming this prior to this game 4, so I have no idea if the Yankees will pull it off. But I am happy for what I have now in the collection, and that's this SB. So appreciate you tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.